Acquisition Air. Let's talk about Acquisition Air. So there has been quite a bit of changes. If you've been on the calls here in the last couple months, about a month or so ago, we actually launched in partnership with Exact Digital. So a lot of folks have came to the table. They've said, "Hey, we love what Acquisition Air has to bring to the table, but we don't have a clue what to do with the leads." And Exact Digital will take those leads or the leads that they provide, but preferably Acquisition Air leads that we generate. And they can help you with building, say, Facebook lookalike audiences or meta ads, display ads, all that kind of stuff. They can take it to CTV where you can get to your streaming devices and things. Because what we've noticed over the last 12, 15 months, whatever, 18 months that Acquisition Air has even been launched, is we started with email, and there's very few people that are really good at cold email. And from a strategic standpoint, email may not be the only and best way to reach people in today's society. People are on their phones, they're on social media, they're sitting in front of their TV, and they're now getting. It's funny. I tell my kids all the time when a display ad comes up, I'm like, "Yeah, this is what we had to deal with the whole time is commercials. Get used to it, right?" So display ads on your streaming devices now, and a mailbox power integration. That you're going to your mailbox. It may not be for everybody. A lot of times that's, your roofers and things, but it works, or people wouldn't do it. So that omni-channel marketing is what Exact Digital does. And the unique part about them is they white label their services. So you may have, a small business, but they can basically run your programmatic ads, you know, branch, if you will, of your business, and you don't have to worry about it. So you just check in with Kinsey at Exact Digital using the Acquisition Area leads that you've purchased or using what they recommend. Either way, whatever creates success for you, we're open to. That webinar is in the Dominators weekly calls on YouTube, and as well as in the ACT membership if you want to replay or how to get a free discovery call with Exact just to see if it's even something that would be beneficial to you. So that is one thing that has happened. The next thing I would say is for Site AI, where you can actually identify people that are coming to a specific website that you or your customers that you're working with own and run. We have the ability, actually, I'll share my screen because there's a little bit to this now. Give me a sec here. Can everybody see that? Give me a thumbs up. Oh, I can't see everybody. Maybe it's
Yeah,
somebody in the
we're
chat.
saying campaign
Okay,
management.
cool. Yeah, thanks, Pam. So Sitepop, for instance, move this here. All right. So just this one here. So when you go in and set up a campaign now, you can have up to 5 URLs. Early on, a lot of people were like, "Hey, listen, we're getting a lot of traffic from this website or this part of our website or this page of our website or this page we really don't care about." Or, "Hey, we're actually getting traffic from a state that we've never marketed to." Well, one, we helped a lot of people with their SEO because they didn't realize they had a leak. But we now have the ability to be able to place the code on up to 5 URLs for your web page or your web website. But the same thing applies as far as the information. I'll cover Search 2.0 and some of the advanced search features we have available. Those are not available for Site currently. We still just have phone number, home address, and email address as the contact points for these folks that are coming to your website or landing on your website, up to 5 URLs. And then down here, we have the ability to exclude or include selected states. Again, like I said, some folks were a little bit disgruntled because they were paying for leads that really it was their fault because it's coming to their website, but it was a random state somewhere that they didn't want to pay for. They don't want to pay for the state they live in or whatever it might be. So we do have the ability to select by state as well as to what leads you actually identify and pay for. But by default, as the bottom says, it's going to deliver context from all the states of the USA if you don't select one of those and put certain states in. So that is Site AI as far as some updates there. Again, the goal is to be able to provide Site with some of the advanced features with Search 2.0. But before we go there, I do want to mention Search AI. I don't even know if we have more than a handful of customers that are currently using any type of Search AI. This was the first type of search that we were generating leads with. It's not a bad type. It costs a little bit more, but we are sunsetting Search AI. So it will be gone from the dashboard here very soon. I think by the end of this week, the tech team had said, but don't use Search AI because it probably won't last much longer than this call. But Search 2.0, we've done some different things with Search 2.0. People have asked, hey, can we figure out other data points besides just mailing address and email and all that kind of stuff? So if you go here to add campaign, put in the campaign name, the targeting, and then here's the new feature that we have for identifying secondary search traffic of who's actually in near real time searching for or reading about certain keywords. But instead of just getting their phone number, their home address, and their email address, and I will say for those that are new, we don't really care about the phone numbers. We have not. Those are not ran through the DNC. They're very inaccurate. We would definitely go with the home address and email address. Those are highly accurate, as in high 90s of accuracy. But basic information will just include these three things, and then you have the ability to check or uncheck which ones you do or do not want. The advanced information, though, gets a lot more data points on a spreadsheet. And you can go through and just check all of these or check a couple of these, depending on what sector or industry you're working with. If you want to know household industry, information, what ages there are, financial information, household income, median household income, net worth, credit score, range, what are their occupations, what are their identification, male, female, married, voter, urbanicity, marketing indicators, so subscribers, charity interests, et cetera, real estate, so homeowner, length of residence, home price, home value. You guys can read the screen, but a lot of different points that instead of just understanding, hey, what's their home address, what's their email address, or the first two email addresses that would be the best, you're going to get to have the ability at no upcharge, the same price that you pay 45 cents to an agency or to a private paying client of ours per identified contact point. In other words, lead. So the advanced information is a big upgrade. It took a lot to finally get this going, but that is Search 2.0. And then I'll run through just a few more things, and anybody has any questions, we can do that. As a matter of fact, oh, the biggest thing. So you see here, it says beta besides B2B AI. So we have B2B leads. No longer is this a consumer-based database here. This is a business consumer or business domain-based, this is a business domain database of people. It is, different than a consumer-based. So with this, like I'll go in and I'll show you, it's exactly the same way you would set up a campaign. You would go in here just like a search campaign and you would put in all the information as well as the keywords you're searching for. So this is not just going to go out like, I'm not putting anything else down, but like Instantly, for instance, offers a service where you can find business leads, and it'll go out and it'll scrape every, CMO at a company, and you can blast out an email to them. Well, this is not going to go out and find every CMO. It's going to go out and find, for instance, if I go into this campaign, it's going to actually go out and find people that are relevant to what they're searching for. So what I mean by that is all of these parameters you put in, but down here, for instance, I don't know, just on top of mind, SEO software. So I put in SEO software. Oh, I did it twice. It's going to go out and it's going to identify anybody that's searching through secondary search networks, SEO software. And then when that lead comes in, it's going to show you. Can you guys still see this? Everybody still there?
Yeah.
Got a spreadsheet?
Yeah, did you see the spreadsheet?
Yes.
Okay. So when a lead comes in now, it's going to show you first name, last name, up to 2 emails, their address, but then it's going to start showing you all business information on that lead. It's not going to show you consumer based on the keyword that they were searching for. Here's the keyword. So if they were searching for SEO software, but they work at, I don't know, aicompany.com, right? It's going to show you all the stats based on that one individual and what they were searching for. So that is B2B AI. That is a little bit different pricing. That is 95 cents to you as a client. Um,
That's per
con
that's per contact rating.
yes, per contact. So per line on that spreadsheet, correct. Yep. Um, with B2B, there obviously is no, household income and stuff because that's specifically a B2B database. The Search 2.0 and this side AI is a consumer database. So I'll ask Connie if I'm missing anything there, leaving anything out that we've had questions about and stuff from support tickets. But overall, that is the changes up to this point. As far as what is coming, um, I am going to be honest. I have been involved and I've helped out and kept the dev team and communication and what we're doing, but I have been very much so involved with making sure that the ClickBank offer and some other things moving forward are moving forward. So I have to see what's coming next. Yes,
Can you
Pam.
give me the elevator pitch on what acquisition air is and does? I really don't know.
Yep. So acquisition air is it's going to go out and it's going to identify anybody and everybody that's searching for or reading about in near real time through secondary search networks through keyword search. And it's going to throw those context, I call them audience, leads, whatever term you want to give it. I like to say audience because it was nobody that raised their hand that's looking for Pam Hoffman's business or looking to buy your book, right? It's people that are searching for or reading about certain keywords online through secondary search networks. And if you're wondering what secondary search networks, the best thing I can tell you is this. About a year ago, I was looking for a gun. I went to Google. Actually, I think it was DuckDuckGo. I typed in Glock 19 red dot sight. That's where I started. Like John always says, where they end is typically better. So when it sent me to all the ranks of pages, I think it was guns.com. I went to guns.com and I typed the same thing back in when I got to guns.com. That is a secondary search box. There's millions of those all across the internet. And Google likes to say they're 80% of search, and that is not true. They're 80% of search engine, not search. They're a pinprick, as John Limbacher said a year ago, compared to search on the internet. So we're being able to go out and identify through large data partners in near real time of who's searching for or reading about these certain keywords, a one, two, or three-word keyword phrase. And then they're going to send that to you in a form of a Google Sheet, or we have other integrations and things with Go High Level, Kartra, Zapier, Mailbox Power, all of those to be able to send those in real time through an email or whatever you want to do with them. So
Thank you. That's a great overview. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's basically it's a lead gen software that's AI driven. It's like the first of its kind. There's several other products on the market that are similar for the site leads. That technology's been around for quite a while, but when we got this new technology developed, I haven't seen anyone on the market that's doing what we're doing as far as the search leads. Truly identifying off those secondary search boxes and being able to deliver them in real time. That's quite a feat to perform. And when we rolled it out, I thought, oh my God, this is it. We are going to kill it. But there's a nuance to it, being the cold email part. Like if somebody goes to search, let's say they search on Google and they see your listing and they click on it, they almost know you because Google has referred you to them. It is, believe it or not, it's a completely different scenario. It's hard to imagine that little nuance would make such a big difference, but it does. We proved it. When you email them out of the blue, you know they were looking for that thing, but they have no correlation to you. They're not looking for your email. They're not expecting your email. It's almost like you're mind reading and you show up out of thin air. But like I said, if you're not good at cold email, you won't know how to make a subject line that grabs their attention. You won't know how to pull them into your funnel. You won't know how to do a lot of the things that are necessary in a cold email scenario.
Yeah,
So,
if I get an email like that, it's out the airlock.
yeah,
I mean, even if I'm interested in the subject line, and I often am, And I don't know how they got that. So somebody out there knows how to do this without your AI tool, maybe.
Yeah.
I just can't even. Now, if you could put me in front of their path as they go along in the world,
Yeah.
that might be more interesting because they're not getting a spam email.
Well, see, here's where the Facebook lookalike audiences come into play. So we take a database of all these people that are searching for those keywords. We get their identity, we make a list, and then we go over to Facebook and we upload that and we say, this is a list of people that are interested in our product. They don't know it, but we do. They're interested in our product. So it's a lookalike audience. And we say we would like to advertise to these type of people. Then they'll take the 1,000 or so that we upload and they'll match those 1,000 up against their database of, millions and millions of people. And they'll come back and they'll say, oh, okay, well, there's about 10,000 people that match this criteria. We can place your ads in front of them. And then what you just said happens. You show up in their path. And
so that's almost the same as like when you set up a Facebook ad and you can pick the age, the gender, all the different things, but you're automating it, it sounds like.
Yeah, and it's different. It's better than that because just picking the age and the gender, that's a real broad stroke audience.
Yeah, but Facebook has tons of that stuff. You can you could pinpoint a single person if you really had to. Seriously, it's amazing in there.
But when you add the interest level that they've actually taken the action of the interest of running a search for that keyword, that now takes it up into the stratosphere.
Yeah, that sounds a little different.
Yeah.
And that's what Acquisition AIR does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm getting this picture now. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's definitely not for everyone. I want to make that really clear. If you're running Facebook ads or you've got a company and they're doing well for you, adding this in could like be a multiplier. But if you're just getting started and you don't have experience with advertising or running ads or any of that stuff, it's not the place to start. It's not the place to cut your teeth.
or not pick up the phone, I guess. Schedule a call with Kinsey and have Exact Digital do it for you.
Yeah.
There was okay, Greg, I just want to make sure everybody was clear because I did send it to everybody. If somebody on this call, or maybe somebody, I guess, maybe one of your clients is using the Search AI feature, they will not be automatically transferred to new campaigns inside of Search 2.0 whenever it's sunsetted. So those will need to be manually added as new campaigns inside of Search 2.0. And, there's very, very few instances where someone maybe got more leads through Search AI or something. This is maybe why they're still using it. But for everybody else, Search 2.0 is an absolute no-brainer. It's a better search, it's more accurate, and it's less money per lead. It's from $1.99 to 45 cents. So Search 2.0 is here to stay, and Search AI is gone.